can see how it's supposed to function late stage of the game. I feel like a lot of emphasis with this comp was put on Jiwoo on a hyper carry, and you had King on a tank. I feel like just put King on a carry.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jiwoo maybe on a more utility pick, because I think he has had some positioning issues in their recent matches. And also, if there's any team or even a specific player who's going to target your positioning, it's T1 and Keria who are going to make your life hell. But I think we'll see how things go now. Immediately, we start with a bit of a shake-up when it comes to those bans. So T1 go the same direction, but we're getting Nico, Xayah, Yorick coming out. So Aurora, Varus open and available.
This is kind of crazy, taking a lot of risks with this particular array of bans on NONGSHIM's side.
I feel like the Aurora ban kind of was setting up for the Rumble, but then they didn't end up taking the Rumble because they took Wukong. So maybe that's why they've dropped it in priority a bit.
Yep. You're only going to be banned away, so Pantheon should be the first pick.
Well, it's Pantheon or Varus. That's the tricky one to come out here. And they are going to go for the Pantheon, but now you're giving Varus over to Guma, which feels especially bad because you just banned the Xayah away from him. So like you committed that resource, that ban away from denying an AD carry from Guma, and he is just going to slam Varus, because why wouldn't you? Varus did get nerfed on this patch, but most of the nerf was onto his E. The Q nerf was very, very slight. So I'd imagine with how good he's on the pick and how it's still being prioritized, he's probably still going to lean towards it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we've seen it banned away more than we've seen it picked since the patch did go live. But still does give information that this is finding a lot of success in scrims. Varus is going to be, of course, snapped up.
The important thing is most of the damage taken from his E was when, like, you've got more points on it.
Yeah.
Not in the early levels. That's when it would feel the worst in lane if it was weaker. So Varus still has a good lane. His Q still does a ton of damage. He's still going to function much the same. They do lock that in. They also take the Aurora, which is a flex. We've seen Doran play that. And we know Faker can play it as well, so has the options. We get the Ambessa coming out from Kingen, so on a carry, which is good to see. Could be a rough time into the Aurora if that's the matchup, though.
Ooh, Talia Pantheon, that is actually a lot of power.
That's a good top side, honestly, for NONGSHIM. And we'll see how T1 are going to respond, because they only have one pick available here. Do they just go for the jungler? I would imagine jungler here and keep the flex of the Aurora alive makes the most sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Rakan also down in value just a little bit, but the Bard is still there. So locking in this bottom lane, man, that is a lot of pressure in that lane if they do decide to lock this one away.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you, honestly, such a powerful bot lane, and you now have bans to put towards NONGSHIM as well to amp up the pressure even more. You're taking away the Nautilus from the Hens, so...
Yep.
Yes, you put lower priority onto Oner's jungle pick, but the strongest junglers on the patch in terms of like Wukong and Pantheon are already gone. There's still a lot of little lower tier junglers, and even you see the Rise ban, NONGSHIM not even putting that much more pressure on the jungle picks. The fact that you have Varus Bard for Guma Keria just feels like a nightmare playing into that, and I really wonder what G1 Lahen's going to be able to bring out into this.
Well, it's not going to be Kai'Sa or Nautilus. Certainly some things still up and available. I think Corki is probably like an okay choice.
I'm not going to lie. I mean, Kai'Sa fits with the comp, but I would not want to play Kai'Sa into Varus Bard.
The thing is, so far they've got Pat. So if they did want to lock in the acronym, Patch is still available.
Yeah, and T1 have Vab.
Oh.
So they're doing a bit better than last time.
This is actually pretty cool. So Pat and Vab, let's see what you can't really get to a word, but Vaba is going to be put in here. If we allow some Korean to slip over, B and V are actually the same letter, but it's Jarvan, so never mind. Okay. It's kind of ruined. Okay. Ziggs. Pats
coming out.
It's Pats. We're patting the dog.
Going
Patzel.
Leona, that was the go-to combo. So I think one of the things that's a little bit uncomfortable with Ziggs into Varus specifically is that, when you're throwing your Qs at long range, it's a lot easier for the Varus to hit than you do, but you still have your ult to set up if you have CC. And it kind of works when, the Aurora, the Ambessa and the Pantheon are going forward, you can just ult from a distance. It's also very good into the Jarvan.
Faker's having a bit of a giggle, but he's obviously going to play Ahri. This is like... And if T1 is still likely to win this game, it doesn't mean, I think, as we get onto the Rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Oner with the shout out to his boy Poby as well over in the LEC.
Love to see it.
Yeah, you do love to see it.
So I think, we're having a lot of action already.
Stuff is happening.
I think honestly, NONGSHIM pretty happy with the top side. I will say the Aurora's, the Ambessa is not gonna have super fun time with the Aurora, but like the Tilia Pantheon feels really good into the Jarvan Ahri. Feel much better about that. My concern is the Varus Bard, right? That's such a threatening combo. We know what Keria has been doing with his champion. He's been absolutely styling on teams with it. That's a major concern. I think the Ziggs makes sense from the perspective of you're playing into a Jarvan. We saw when Chovy brought out the Ziggs, it was specifically into Jarvan. He's been playing in solo queue in a Jarvan, so really good into that pick because obviously you can get out of the Cataclysm with the satchel. You can interrupt his flag and drag with the satchel, but it's not the most fun. You can obviously ult Varus and he's a mobile, so you have that set up. But if you're trading poke, the Varus is kind of just going to be able to Q you from a distance, and it's all harder to hit long-range Qs in return. And the lane is not going to be fun either, so I'm a little bit concerned about the Ziggs in that regard, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, so far picking the gap between Keria and Gumayusi, as we can see there. But you should be able to farm pretty safely. You also do have the... Oh, that didn't feel very good, did it? He does have a short fuse, and you can imagine missing CS like that would send him off. As you might be... No, he's not. Oh, he is. It's actually surprising.
I think the main thing is...
That one didn't get the last one, though.
As long as he's getting XP is the main thing. Top lane, not going too hot for Kingen right now into Duran. The Aurora, brutal to lane into. So we have two lanes that are kind of getting brutalized right now for NONGSHIM, and a little bit concerning in that regard. It's really going to come down to this mid-jungle being a big point of strength.
Yeah, but look at Calyx, man. Having a great time.
Yep.
He's doing okay. Okay. That physically hurt Orcs. He has now collapsed on the caster Blanc and is at risk of not being able to get back up. As you can see here, guys.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Like, what it is you throw the E, and it's when you're not 100% confident in it, and then you see the angle as you're throwing it, and like the timing is you have to to E flash, you have to flash kind of early, and he threw it and was like, you could tell he wasn't like, because he flashed late, he wasn't, oh no. Oh man.
No. Well, cosmically bound, and there is the flash forward from Guma, and he misses it. Okay, two can play at that game, I guess, but he takes the magical journey. Through goes Lahens as well. And now he's away from the turret. Bouncing bomb is going to be avoided. Gio not going to be winning any snowball fights, I don't think.
Okay,
that was just a cavalcade of errors.
Things are getting goofy right now.
Well, yeah, so Keria's going to get lit on fire. There's the satchel to bring him back. The flash forward, but it doesn't do anything. Finally, the kill goes down, but it's a huge trade up for NONGSHIM.
I get it. The failed E flash was mind control from Lahens.
It worked.
It worked so well. Guma and Keria saw that and went, okay, now it's time for us to do some goofy stuff. Boy, they did. And now, you know, all those concerns about being a rough lane.
He also gets to teleport back. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, such a winning scenario.
All right, take me through it, Orcs. I'm just not going to watch.
So, eating the stun, really bad. Here, Guma didn't actually have any abilities to finish off this. He was level 2 with E and W, and doesn't have Q, didn't have mana for it, even if he was level 3, I think. But can't finish Q. So I think didn't need to flash there, and then takes the portal, and then Keria is just tanking the minions and gets CC'd. It's like you don't have cleanse. And then flashes for the play, and Guma is under tower with no... Yeah, I am...
He did hit 3, though.
Yeah.
So he got the Q.
I don't see how this goes in any other way.
Yep, NONGSHIM elated, but still having a giggle. And I think that makes a lot of sense as a NONGSHIM fan.
You know what? You see a lot of Bard in solo queue, and this is more akin to the Bard you see in solo queue.
Yeah. We also saw a bit of Bard like that yesterday.
I will say, let's be honest.
Correctly.
you know, you miss every shot you don't take.
Exactly.
But
And
what I
you
will
also
say,
missed that shot.
I
that
will
he
say
did
something
take.
about Keria's bard, right? He is phenomenal in this pick,
Yes.
but he is also a clip farmer, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you know he's hunting for clips, right? And that passage of play felt like a little bit of clip farming.
And look,
gone wrong.
sometimes you try and find the clips and they don't come, and that's fine. That's allowed.
You guys see those fancy clips, right? You see those Chinese TikToks, and you don't know how many outtakes there are
Exactly.
to get them, right?
Exactly. Doing it live, that's the difficult thing. Look at this. Lahen's really difficult to miss all these plays over and over again. That was not the segue that I was looking for.
Just one
However,
more-
I did
one more
need to
Zenith
bring
blade.
it back
one
to...
more Zenith blade, just one more, you know? He'll get the next one.
He's like, he's quite close to them, but it's not quite working out here as the Magical Journey does bring Keria and Faker in. The Charm's going to go wide, and that Zenith Blade landed. Has now no Aftershock and no way to get out of this one as he does manage to avoid some of the skill shots, but not that last one as Gumayusi's going to even out the kill score. Still, Gio looking for a few angles here, finds a satchel and says, get out of my lane, Gumayusi.
Yeah,
and Gideon's coming over. Guma doesn't have flash. The wall is going to come down, and Keria, can he defend? No, he can't. As the sidestep doesn't quite work out, Faker is out of the blue stuff, so he's going to have to get out of the lane, and he is going to do so. This game is a mess, and I love it.
This feels like Rise vibes, you know?
Oh, yes.
If we're being honest, it's getting goofy quickly. And you know, when you have a Pantheon Talia, you can kind of thrive in that goofiness. You can just come down, clean up whatever's going on bot lane.
Yep.
And this is what's going on bot lane. I'm not sure if this Zenith Blade from the Hens actually panned out positively because he actually dodges the charm. I guess he wanted to be away from the wall, but then I think he just ended up in, I don't know, maybe he was just dead anyway, but he ended up in a pretty bad spot. The charm initially being dodged was good. This satchel, though, from Jiwoo actually knocked Guma further away, and I thought maybe that might get him out, but Gideon was pretty sharp with the spear. Also, Calyx jumping off the wall early was good, so he didn't get stunned into it. I was a little bit concerned about that. A lot of concern. I think the general theme is I'm feeling concerned about a lot of people. I'm feeling concerned about Kingen right now.
Yep, he is just, in a bit of trouble. Does survive,
guys,
momentarily.
Have you seen his farm?
No, I haven't. Have you?
It's Hop. Kingen? No, Recall. No, no.
But he's now above half. He needs this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, he's good.
He's fine.
He's
We're
chilling.
okay.
He's
We're okay.
okay. Yeah.
Doran
Orange
also
running out of
doesn't have a
mana.
lot of mana. Yeah, exactly. So maybe we're just okay. As Kingen is now. Oh, just go home. Just go home. Oh no, just go home.
Oh,
just go home. Just go home.
He's
nah,
how
just
dead
go home.
He's so dead.
He is very dead. Well, he does
He's not
not.
dead.
Never mind, he's totally fine. As now in goes Gideon. Mega Inferno Bomb's down as well. Massive damage on the Doran. And the flash forward. Gideon just needs one more auto. He'll find it as the Zenith Blade in celebration there from Lahen's.
He's calibrating, okay? He's calibrating the Zenith Blade.
Oh, no. He never wanted to go in there.
No.
It was a message.
It was a zoning Zenith Blade.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, it was a good return play. And again, seeing the value of this Pantheon coming in with the ult, able to turn that play around. In a bit of a bit. Oh, no.
Well, Gio's going to have to flash. Does have a satchel. Bit of a fadeaway jump shot there as well. Like that one a lot. As
I feel
Lahen's and Gideon will be able to steal a red.
I love when we get like the melee range flag and drags from the Jarvan. It looks so over the top when he just like
good.
does the drag like and goes like a meter, you know? So this was a pretty nice getaway. Oner immediately commits the ult to try and go for the burst, and it was just a good flash. Then the return,
Max value on the Grand Starfall and the Mega Inferno Bomb
and
as
it
well.
looked like maybe with the stun, Doran was going to get out, but the flash commit, Gideon finds Doran, no cooldowns left, and there's that zoning Zenith Blade.
Oh, beautiful. You love to see it. That is going to be 2 grubs over to NONGSHIM as well. Already managing to find the feats of warfare in this game. They will augment that with 1 step towards the objective ones as well. So definitely a good look for NONGSHIM here in this game. We said that their starting game 1 was good. They never really had the tempo vibes. I'm feeling like in this one, no one has any tempo vibes. It's just a mess. And maybe that's good for NONGSHIM.
Maybe. Dragon does get picked up here by T1, but obviously
Trade for grubs. Yep.
NONGSHIM, so pretty fine. Jiwoo now has his Ludens, so he can kind of just annihilate waves whenever he wants. And that's going to be the state of mid lane when these AD carries are there. Just waves get destroyed.
So,
Straight off.
I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, and she actually thought that Luden's was a ring. Do you see it?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I've always just thought of it as like Luden's gunblade.
I just think of it as a gun.
Hex
I
Tech
sometimes
companion.
called it Luden's gun.
Yeah. I just
a
want
ring.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's quite there either. But I guess I can somewhat see it if it's like going off the screen, like the handle of the gun goes down or something like that. We had a long conversation about it, and I just couldn't quite see it.
No, I'm
gonna check Twitch chat just momentarily, because if you
Ring.
guys can see it, let me know.
That would be, if you weren't already married, that would be the sort of thing that you would say.
There we got a bit of a zoom in here. There's also King and Likely going down as the Zenith Blade will commit. Mega Inferno Bomb gets the flash. And Gumayusi is out of there, but looking a little worse for wear afterwards.
That's the thing I could imagine a girlfriend saying, like, oh, do you not think it looks like a ring, by the way? But you're already married, so I don't think she needs to do that.
No, she does. Yeah, that would have been very subtle, Orcs. You're right. It is called a companion as well, which really does fit into that narrative. But yeah, we can't get married again. Unless she divorces me, which wouldn't be great. Yeah. And if the aim is to get
well, if she starts saying that like Lost Chapter looks like divorce papers, then,
then I'll get worried. Yeah. It's like as she hits 25 stacks on her Magi, she's like, "Oh, this last page didn't like that one either, but can you sign?" At least she's having a good game, you know?
Yeah, that's the important thing.
Yeah, that's definitely the good part. Anyway, I'm glad we had that conversation while a bunch of action was happening around the map, as here's a grand Starfall, and Gumayusi not going to get hit by a few of the buttons, but the satchel was already put up, and Giu's going to knock it down. Another magical journey in here from Keria, as Seismic Shove held onto here by Calix. Man, these sidesteps are looking clean, as he does eventually have to flash to get out of the way of the charm. But the rest of NONGSHIM coming down towards his bottom side, and they are just continuing this pressure.
Yeah, good fancy feet there from Calix, and it just feels like these repeated attempts on Aguma. There's a mobile Varus being punished now. Giu in a little bit of trouble, maybe.
Okay, Solar Flare, another celebration here by Lahens.
Yeah, you got the flash, that's the main thing.
Sending a message to Faker. And Faker did actually, like, it was actually zoning.
Yeah. You
know?
I mean, at the end of the day, if the ult was going to hit, he would have just flashed anyway, so I'll give him a pass on that one.
Yep.
I don't think you were getting the kill regardless, but some of them didn't.
Do you know, and the thing is, even though we were having a giggle about some of these Zenith Blades from earlier on, this early game is way better than what we saw in the last game, so something's going right.
Yeah, it's going good. It's actually going well. You know, maybe the only thing more powerful in T1's current form is the Ahri win rate at the moment.
Yeah.
They're going in the wrong direction.
And honestly, I'm looking forward to when Ahri is just not going to be picked into Lilia ever again.
Maybe if you ask Wolf, just not picked again. He's really not a fan of it. I'm sure he'll talk about it on the space.
Well, Calix is going to just throw Oner out of his own Cataclysm, but he just gets back in there, and down goes the Talia. Nice collapse from T1.
In that situation. Not really any outplay potential there.
No.
Once you get Cataclysmed, and you really are going to be the target in this game, because Ziggs has always an answer to get out with the satchel, so...
Also is able to bomb the bottom lane as well.
I feel like that's going to be consistent.
They're continuing to siege.
One team kills Guma, the other team tries to kill Calix, and we're seeing that, you know? Trade play here. Turret's going to go down, though. Power of Ziggs, and that will be feats of strength for NONGSHIM. We saw the stats early today. T1 getting, I think it was like 83% of the time.
That is a stat that has gone down as of this game.
Yeah. It did go up with game one, but obviously gone down a lot with the rare situation where they don't get it.
Exactly. Calix now moving back towards his bottom side of the map to continue clearing out minion waves. Solo lane's going well here for T1. Still, never mind. Maybe Doran is in a little bit of trouble as King looking for an angle here as between worlds he goes. As Giu makes his way towards his top side, Gideon was looking to try and punish Doran, but Keria will be able to back him up. Gets himself out of there with the magical journey. And Doran did want to stick around. Looked a little bit dangerous, but it's another turret mopped up here by Giu, who's playing the Ziggs the way you're supposed to.
That's how you do it. Move him around, get the turrets. Also, notice he didn't satchel the turret there. He saved it. Oh, this
look
is good.
at that solar flare. Perfect sweet spot. Perfect Zenith Blade as well. As Lahen's looking to dive on top of Gumayusi. Last couple of rocks from Calyx are going to get that one done. As Gideon, he's on the Rift Herald, but there is a teleport in to make sure that everyone was safe. King in to keep them all in order. And NONGSHIM are just pushing a gold advantage.
Yeah, they're being proactive. They're making things happen. They're using the global aspects of the composition really effectively, utilizing the Ziggs, and it's not a mammoth gold lead, but it's a gold lead. It's solid, and they're shutting down Guma, who's on this Varus, on this pick that has so much budget. So often we see this pick banned in the first rotation. They let Guma, one of the best Varus players in the league, on it, and they're targeting him again and again and again, and it feels like he's never got summoners available. His flash has just come back up, and I have no doubt they're going to try and burn it again, but his cleanse is gone once more.
Yep. It's real dangerous. And you saw in that play, Keria, like, ults the Varus to get a little bit of time, but the problem is with Seismic Shove, it's really difficult for that to be good.
Yeah.
Because unless you've immediately got flash in order to get out of the way, you are just still going to die.
Yeah, it's also like against the Ziggs, you can set up the ult or put a minefield on top of the stasis, so that can backfire later on.
Lahen's and Faker are just fighting. Lahen's doesn't have a lot of follow-up, but maybe someone will turn up, as there's a Grand Starfall. Drake is just going to be locked down as Faker was looking to set up for a bit of a charm play here.
All hands.
Yeah, that's a lot of buttons now on cooldown for NONGSHIM, though, for absolutely zero. They will be able to throw down this Rift Herald towards the bottom side, but it's going to have to take a little bit longer here, as Shelly will need to do a full... was there an alcove angle there?
I think it's too tight. I think it's tricky.
Flash out here from Gio. Faker does take a fair bit of damage here, as this Ziggs is still pretty dangerous. Still, they will be able to get this turret because no one on T1 is actually in the area. But I don't know whether they're going to be able to get another one.
Yeah, they're moving now to defend.
Yep. And Shelly obviously is not going to be of much use here to NONGSHIM. Will just be taken down by Doran.
They tower the game, 3,000 gold lead in a good spot right now.
Yep. It does feel like the game is still slipping back into T1's position with these double Drakes that have gone over.
But
it is Chemtech Soul, which is like, Orcs, I know we've been focusing mainly on Lahen's and his comedy antics.
And the Ziggs, you know.
And there is a Ziggs in the game, so it's not like you're going to be paying attention
a
to Drake.
fed Ziggs, too.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't blame you. Like, this is one of those times where it's just a happy moment for Orcs. We need to celebrate it. But it is going to be another Chemtech Soul, which is kind of nuts because we've had so many of them over the last couple of days. That's a public execution here onto Faker, immediately down to 50% as Kingin has just out of nowhere, even though he's 50 CS down, he's got a lot of value. Seismic Shove just going to be the end of Faker, and now NONGSHIM finds yet another one. The surprise antics here of NONGSHIM are catching out T1 as now Doran trying to hop his way out, but another shove! And that Zenith Blade was always gonna hit as NONGSHIM, yeah, they might lose their Ziggs. I think they're happy to make the trade.
Such good picks coming out from NONGSHIM. Kingin setting that first one up with the ult. Faker's ult wasn't quite available when that play started. Gets caught out, and it just feels like, you know, every moment where you're a little bit tentative, you're like, okay, they have a lead. What can they do with it? Can they find more? They're pushing it. They're finding angles. They're punishing. And T1 are struggling to kind of stabilize. You'll see here, Faker's ult just isn't quite yet available. Gets caught out. Look how much burst damage there is.
Insane.
And then his ult does come up available, and he just looks to try and find up space to teleport, but is spotted out by Calyx.
Yep, and Scryer's Bloom obviously making it so that that teleport was never going to get him out of there.
This one was a little goofy, because Jiwoo does do his whole burst combo, but then is getting threatened on the backline. Satchels away from Doran into Guma, unfortunately. Yep. But they do turn it around and kill Doran, so, you know, works out pretty favorably in the end regardless.
Talia Pantheon, man.
Very
heck of a combo. The old make them stop and then throw them in the sky move seems to be working out very well. I know that CVMAX has probably just turned up here at LoL Park. He's probably looking at the combo saying, yeah, that's what we thought was going to work against T1 as well in 2019. And at that point, it didn't. At this point, so far, 20 minutes in, It is.
Unfortunately, you can't just slam it game after game.
Yeah, you used to be able to do that. And if it was Fearless in 2019, I think a lot of the Griffin fans would have been happy about it. I think we were done with it after the first time.
Yeah.
The next two need not apply. Still, NONGSHIM over 3,000 gold in the lead. Kingin now a split-pushing menace as well, even though he's still very far behind in farm. It doesn't actually matter, as no one's really going to be able to match him all that confidently.
This Eclipse spike is so massive. Just because of all the gold picked up on the map with the towers, he's actually only 50 gold down compared to Doran.
Yeah.
Adakan is up though. Little spooky, little scary, because we know how threatening T1 can be around these neutral objectives, and we know how many teams have thrown around these, so can be a cause of concern. We also see Guma has picked up the Edge of Night, so has a bit more of a safety net against some of this threat that's been thrown towards him. Would you see NONGSHIM doing a good job of trying to sweep out the area? It is on the side of the dragon this time, so much easier for them to sort of control this side of the map, play for dragon, and as a byproduct also have the setup for Adakan as well. And it looks like T1 are just not even able to really move that heavily in the area. They do see Lehen's recalling here though, so this is a good chance for them to move in and contest some of the vision.
Yeah, banana brush control actually a big deal here. As you can see, Keria in position once more. Oner is rotating over.
Yeah, Lehens wants to go back and get wards, but he's on a ward. This could be bad.
Yeah. So he's parked. As there's the charm. He was just standing waiting for it. Chains of Corruption does come down, and now Lehens is able to go back. Still, Seismic Shove is just going to be avoided there by Faker. Not enough rocks in the way as Gideon puts up the shield. Teleport in now from the Aurora. The Ambassador actually waiting here as Kingin. Not as quick on the trigger finger, but that is just going to be delivered to death. Jiu trying to get himself out of the way, and everyone flashes forward. Still, he gets the bomb down, and Oner will be taken out as Kingin doesn't quite hit the public execution, but now the wall comes in, and Calix has just blocked off the carries of T1. Gideon dives on forward. He'll very soon have another stun, but he doesn't need it. That's a spiky old shield, and he's able to take down the area. NONGSHIM set themselves up for an easy Adakan.
Just when it starts to look like it could be a little scary, Jiwoo goes down. NONGSHIM's so good at turning the play around, cleaning up the targets, and Gideon and Calix massive in this game. Keria is fishing. He has smite. There's no way.
Oh, there is absolutely no. Oh my! It went down to 200 health. That was way too close. That was illegal. How close that was. Keria is still going to die, and they will be able to get the Drake. A massive move here for NONGSHIM.
You know what's the thing? They nerfed Spellbook Smite.
They did.
They actually nerfed Spellbook Smite, so it doesn't do as much. And you know how much they nerfed it by? I believe it was 300.
It was 300.
From 1200 to 900. So if he had old Spellbook Smite, he had the Adakan.
Yep, he would have actually stolen it.
Yeah, so, you know, that nerf saving NONGSHIM a little bit there. Keria trying for the play. We see here, good pick on Lehens, who's on the vision. Jiwoo here uses his satchel onto the TPing target here, onto Doran. And then as a result, doesn't have it for the Jarvan, so they immediately commit to him, and he just gets exploded. But Gideon and Calix just do so much. The burst power of this combo is so extreme. As soon as they take out the Jarvan, they look in. Unfortunately, a little bit of anti-synergy here, because
Gideon can't get over the wall.
He goes, whatever, I'm flashing in, we clean it up, and they just have so much burst, so fed in comparison to T1 right now. And then here...
Oh my, okay, let's see. 1500. Trying to time it with the Cosmic Binding, got it down to 213. Damn.
I don't think he actually got the smite in, because he still has it up. So
right, yeah, never mind.
I think we were wrong about that. So actually, yeah, I think what actually happened...
Maybe he had a window.
So I think what happened was Gideon smited, and then he executed with the Q, and that's what secured it.
Yeah.
So it went 1400, down to 200, Q, execute, so Keria didn't get a chance to smite. So no, the nerf didn't make a difference there. I was wrong.
But maybe he would have gone for it earlier. This just shows that Keria did read the patch notes.
Yeah, there we go.
Which I think is also something worth celebrating.
But I think it shows some of the power of the Pantheon, the fact that he's so good at securing with the execute on the Q combined with the smite.
213, and then immediately goes down. He was barely in range, actually.
It's kind of similar to when we've had like Rel.
Oh, nice sidestep there from Faker. That was slick. I still don't know whether he's going to quite get himself out of there, as the Q damage kind of absurd. There is the Solar Flare just collecting the slow. Still, that is another satchel to blow up this turret. NONGSHIM just formidable right now.
I mean, this is... Oh, Calyx?
Okay, Calyx is going to be stuck throwing some rocks around here as a seismic shove. Not quite going to work as now Oner going in, gets on top of Jude. Let's see whether he can actually satchel his way out of it, and the answer is absolutely not. Still Kingin getting amongst it, and in melee range with this Ambessa, you're never having a good time. That's a double kill here for the top laner of NONGSHIM, and he's not done yet. Another shove! As, man, maybe it wasn't the year of Closer, maybe it's been the year of Calyx this whole time, as he is having a day out here today. 4-1-6 currently on this Talia, and setting up for the rest of his team beautifully.
Now looking towards this Baron, a lot of DPS on it. Doran and Faker not even interested, gonna look mid. Calyx approaching, you just have stasis, by the way.
Another seismic shove, and unfortunately, Doran's not gonna be able to escape that way. He does go in between the worlds, but he's just gonna leave Faker to die. And, well, he's not. He does come over and offer a couple of buttons, but that may have actually just confirmed his own death as the flash does come out. Mega Cone. But, yeah, we're still going to try and teleport away, but another rock is going to connect. And in the meantime, NONGSHIM are just taking the Baron. In comes Duke to make sure that that secure is more than comfortable. It's now 19-7 and a 9,000 gold lead for NONGSHIM.
They are decimating T1 now.
And they won their first game quite recently against KT.
Yeah.
If they can even take a game off T1, that is massive for the confidence of this team.
Yeah. Oh, seeing more plays coming out. They're looking for Calyx again. He has Zhonya's.
Yeah, so he is going to be surviving. Never mind. T1 are just going to get out of here as Kingin not going to get temperedly fated this time around, but he does publicly execute Oner, or at least he attempts to, as he will be able to escape. Cataclysm now on cooldown though, and T1 are kind of scrambling at this stage of the game. Faker looking for an angle, but straight into the solar flare is Lahens! Oh man, that was beautiful! Gumayusi will be able to finish off Calyx, but Faker is also going to die, and Lahens, rightfully so, takes that kill. Meanwhile, Geo is just destroying turrets in this mid lane, and NONGSHIM collecting more and more gold. Rebel Baron power play sitting at 2.5k, and I don't think it's going down anytime soon.
The thing with this game is it's not like NONGSHIM have battled hard and really struggled in this game. They are just styling on one at the moment. These are the sort of games that we see when it's the other way around, you know? When it's top of the table, a Legends group team against one of the weaker teams in the group is what it looks like. And right now, NONGSHIM really just running T1 around the map. See target, kill target. Keria, not where you want to be.
Yeah, the magical journey is not the one he really wanted there as he gets smoked and destroyed. Down he will go. But of course, he's a bard that needs to get vision out. And,
guys,
that's hard.
13 deaths between Guma Keria on their Varus bard. They have been bullied this game. They've been beaten up this game.
Bullied by a Ziggs as well, Ox. And it's not even your birthday. It's kind of insane. As Grand Starfall does come on down, my god, the damage capabilities here of this team is just ludicrous as Calyx is going to make his way in. Gumayusi trying to get the damage down, but it doesn't quite work as Gio, the fancy feat, but he's still dead. As Doran does manage to at least find the Ziggs, but now they're on the wrong side of the map. Tempered Fate is going to be able to lock up one of these Nexus turrets as the back is trying to come through here as Lahens is on the hunt. Without the Ziggs, taking these structures is hard, but the bard just kind of disappeared, and now there are no more of these turrets left available. King in plenty of damage himself as Doran's back was interrupted by his former support, and Lahens going to hold the Aurora in place while NONGSHIM